Have a few places that I'm going to need to use sandpaper on. So I've got my sandpaper. And everything's all sanded down. So now it's time to basically wipe everything off and get all the sanding material off of it. And for filling the wood, I like to use DAP plastic wood filler. And I'm going to be putting some of that on and letting it dry and then sanding it down next. And my next step is to use Dixie Belle Boss. It's a stain blocker and also it helps remove odors. I am concerned about blocking stains from the resin of the wood, so I'll be using this first. Yesterday I was able to get 2 coats of primer on this Loveseat, and following the Boss directions, I let it sit for 24 hours. So today I will be using the actual paint on it, and it is Dixie Belle. This is Dixie Belle Blueberry. I'm going to be using that on one part of it. The other side I'll be using Dixie Belle Soft Pink. And these are both Dixie Belle products. And in the middle, I'm going to try to blend it together to make something a little original. And we'll go from there. So come along with us. Let's get going. And I'm going to add some water to this paint because it's quite thick right now. And it helps to get a nice smooth coat if you water it down a little bit. Hopefully not too much. Looks like I might have got a little bit much on there. Okay, so I've gotten the second coat of paint on and I'm ready to start blending. So this is the first time I've ever done this, so we'll see what happens. And the first thing I'm going to do is spray some water. It's supposed to help with the blending. Some paint, just a little bit. Attempt to blend. Spray a little bit on the paintbrush. It's going to get a dry brush.
And here I'm just doing some swirls with the paintbrush. I'm using a little bit more water and just trying to get everything blended in. And this is what the blending looks like now.
So far, and it's starting to get pretty dark out here, so I'm going to leave it at that, reevaluate it in the morning light, and see what else I want to do to keep blending. So here we are. We've gotten the two coats of paint on, gotten the middle where I've done some blending, that type of thing, all in here. However, in the process, I also saw some other little places that was difficult to see because apparently the light I was working in, and in the process of coming out here in the light again, I see some places that I'm really not too happy with. So I'm going to again put some of the wood filler in here, let it set, sanding and repainting. And in the meantime, I was going to do some lettering. This is for my grandchildren, so I was going to put their names on it, which I have never done this before either on furniture. So this will be a first for me. Hopefully, I'll learn something. And if you have done this before, let me know in the comments.
I did a quick mock-up to see what the lettering would look like on the chair. So here I have actually laid it out on the chair to get an idea about how it would look. It looks like I'm going to have to do each letter separately, however. And this was my first attempt with a Sharpie metallic pen, but I really didn't like the way it looks, so I'm going to be changing things. So sometimes in the process of trying new things or new ideas or new ways to do things or things we've never tried before, they don't quite work out the way we think. So no big deal. So now all I'm going to have to do is go back and do a little bit of sanding and a little bit of repainting, and I'll be ready to start again with a different kind of paint and hopefully a better result. Okay, slowly getting there. Got 2 letters down and a bunch to go. I've drawn a straight line down at the bottom where the letters set, and also allowed about an inch on each side to where the letters either start or stop from each side. And I'm just dabbing the paint in at this point. Also, I'm measuring the letters from each other to make sure I have equal spacing between each letter.
So it's finally the time I've been looking forward to, and we're going to be sealing up the love seat. And for the top coat, I'm going to be using Dixie Bells, and this is the clear coat. And the way to put this on is with very thin strokes, and you want the paint to be quite thin. You're going to do several layers of thin coats. Uh, so we'll be doing that and get this baby out of here. And I know if you're like me, there's a great temptation to cover all of the area
But what you really want to do is just go down through there, one long stroke. And like I said, I have a tendency to want to work it, and that's not what you want to do. You just want to get a little bit on your brush, just about this much, and start at the top, come straight down. And get those nice thin strokes. Always go back over it and cover it with more product after it's dried. And like I said, I look at it and I see, oh, but there's a spot here, there's a spot there. Now, if you do have drips, you do need to get those out. I do see some drips here. So the clear coat needs to sit for about 1 hour, it said, before I can recoat it. So I'm going to let it sit and dry for about an hour, and then go ahead and give it a second coat and see if it needs a third coat. Stay tuned. All right, it's the moment of truth, and remember what the Loveseat looked like before. And here's what it looks like now. So I hope you enjoyed watching this flip, and be sure and join me next time for more flipping around the Christmas tree. I'll have a brand new project and it'll be out soon. So keep watch, subscribe, like, hit that bell, and never miss an episode. Thanks. See you next time on Furniture Reincarnation.